And welcome to the Varsity Media Sports Network. We apologize. We get to you a little bit late here. You only missed kickoff. Ben Turchin and JP here at Hewlett High School as the host Hewlett Bulldogs taking on Valley Stream South. Again, folks, we apologize for a quick technical difficulty. You only missed the kickoff. That is it. Valley Stream South starts on offense here in the first quarter. We're underway from Hewlett High School, JP. We're excited for this Conference 3 showdown today.
And it's a pretty good matchup. You have two teams both fighting for playoff spots.
Yeah, I think both of these teams are hopeful that they will get a crack at the playoffs. Of course, with all the protocols this year, only 4 teams are going to make it for the postseason, and we'll talk about that as we go on through the broadcast. Right now, both Valley Stream South and Hewlett on the outside looking in, but crazier things have happened, and you never know. Both teams need to win here today, though. That is for sure.
Yes, must win for both.
Of course, when we talk about Valley Stream, keep an eye on number 7, Yasir Shabazz Allah. He is the excellent and exciting quarterback do-it-all, has the ball in his hands right now, but Hewlett doing a nice job getting penetration in the backfield, and that'll be a tackle for a loss. The Hewlett Bulldogs, led by John Palladino, the head coach for this squad. They run a 4-3 defense, and they're stout up front, JP. One of the things that Coach Palladino talks about, this is a smart football team. This is a football team that studies, and they generally like to play the sport.
And that's one thing you need to have at this level. You need to have a team that can study, because a team that breaks down the film, watches it's going to be a smarter team, and smarter teams win games.
And we're going to talk about how Hewlett didn't really have the best, as there's a fumble on the play. We'll see who comes away with it. Hewlett is pointing that it's their football, and it is. How about that? A big spark to start the game for the Bulldogs. A fumble, and they recover here on the first drive. We're going to take another look at this here, JP. Let's see what happens. 34, never really got the carry. It was a juggle. It never really got into his hands. It was hard to see who came away. One of the things Coach Palladino talked about is he's had a lot of, the team collectively has had a lot of forced fumbles, and we see another one right there.
And that's big. Those, like right here, gets them right in the red zone, basically.
Offensively, Hewlett goes to work. Their quarterback is Mark Winkler, number 7. And that handoff goes to Daniel Faber. We want to give credit on starting lineups for Hewlett. As you can see right there, we want to thank Coach Palladino for getting us those pictures here for the starting lineup. Evan Greenberg is the halfback, number 33. He plays defense as well. John Zenny, number 21, is the running back, although Daniel Faber, number 2, got the first carry to get us going.
And that's what Hewlett loves to do. They love to run the ball. They love to get everybody involved.
You may see some jet sweeps coming from the wide receivers today for this Hewlett Bulldog team. There's a good look at the quarterback.
Faber again.
Actually, that was Zenny, number 21.
My bad.
John Zenny, the junior, a wrestler as well, JP. So here's a guy that runs inside, gets the tough yardage. Coach Palladino talked a lot about him. He sees him as a backfield weapon. And here's another theme that we'll talk about today with the Hewlett Bulldogs. A lot of juniors, JP, that play.
And that's a big thing for them. They're young this year. That means in the fall they're going to be looking up at being one of the top teams, hopefully, in 3.
Winkler in the shotgun. That's an RPO read. He reads it well off the left side. And let's talk a little bit about Mark Winkler, the starting quarterback here for Coach Palladino. He loves this kid. He says when he does the RPOs, he knows the reads, he studies, he's constantly getting it right, and he's very impressed with his quarterback.
And he's one of the most athletic quarterbacks they've had in a long time. Like, I can remember the last few years, they've been heavy running, and he fits the offense. He can pass. That's one thing with Hewlett. People don't really understand how they run the ball. They can pass this year. That's one thing for a running team that's important.
Winkler, a junior. That's a theme to keep in mind here with this Hewlett Bulldogs. He keeps it himself another RPO. Nice job defensively by Valley Stream South there. Only a short gain. But, yeah, you talked about it. He can throw. It's something he can do. Now, do we see a lot of it with Hewlett? No. They want to do the RPO. They want to do the jet sweeps. They think they're going to put a lot of points on the board here today.
And I think it's going to come down to this. When it comes to this game, I think it's come down to 2 things. One, who has the ball last? Because last few weeks, Valley Stream South has played a lot of close games. They can play very strong. And with Hewlett, their big thing's going to be their defense. Can they stop an offense that can move the ball well? And that's a big thing. They can move the ball well.
Hewlett unsuccessful there on And we are back, folks. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties here at Hewlett High School. Valley Stream South did punch it into the end zone for a score of 8-0 here as we start the second quarter. As Valley Stream South kicks it away, JP, you have the summary for us.
Yeah, Shabazz ran a 2-yard touchdown in from the 2-yard, and the PAT as well to make it 8-0 at the 11-11 mark, and that's where we are currently, as it's now 11:07 after the kickoff. So basically, to summarize the last drive, it was just running up the middle a lot, just using Shabazz a lot to get the offense. He's the key. Like Coach said, contain him. He's the key to this game, and there's not going to be many chances for either team today. So that's a crucial touchdown for them this early.
So we'll see what Hewlett elects to do here as Coach Palladino has his team on the sideline. We await some official wording here. Our head referee, James Herbert, today in the white hat. And we have a call here. I'm not really sure I've ever seen that before. It's going to go against Hewlett, and it'll back them up even further on the first down.
And what will be key here is this field position here. Where they're starting from, it's going to be hard to get down. It's already hard to get yardage already in this game with a ground and pound team. So the farther back you get pushed, the harder it is to score for them. And that's going to be key. If a fumble here, Valley Stream South could go up 2 scores. It's very easy for this game to change because of the field position. Important
for Hewlett to get things going here offensively. Where will they look to go offensively? We talked about Mark Winkler, their junior quarterback, the do-it-all quarterback, who does those RPO reads so well. Run-pass option, JP. He could hold the football and take it himself, or he can give it to his running back if he thinks that there's a hole that he can exploit in the defense. And we'll just have to see where they go here. So the good news for Hewlett is it's not a first and extra long. It's still 1st and 10. It just they get backed up on the football field. So they lose position on the football field, but it's still 1st and 10.
But position's going to be key in this game. So that does hurt. Position, even though you don't have to go 1st and extra long, it's still extra yardage you got to get later on.
Winkler now in shotgun. Greenberg in motion. And that time to give is to Zenny. Zenny for a couple off the left side before Valley Stream South brings him down for a gain of 1 or 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and long. Zenny's that inside runner, the wrestler. A grown man as a running back, Coach Palladino calls him.
And he's a tough kid. He's taking a lot of the carries today. That shows toughness. You got to have toughness to take carries in a ground and pound offense.
You're going to see a lot of him, and you're going to see a lot of Winkler today here as we get going here in the second quarter.
And one thing I got to tip my cap to Winkler, being a captain as a junior is very impressive, very rare.
There's another carry by Winkler. Kept it himself for a few yards. It'll bring up 3rd and manageable. I won't say short, but about 3rd and 5. We'll get the official. 3rd and 8, actually, they say. So a little longer than I thought.
And this is going to be huge here. They got to get some yardage because you might have to go for it here on 4th. If you can get it reasonable, you might take it.
Yeah.
A chance at it here.
See what happens here on. Oh, now they change it. They do adjust. So 3rd and 4. It is a shotgun formation. Zenny, good penetration by Valley Stream South. Zenny has nowhere to go, JP. Just too good a defensive job there by the Falcons to contain Zenny.
And that front's been a problem for them today. They're definitely doing their job, and the offense has been backing them up, and that's why it's 8-0, but it's still early for Hewlett.
So 4th down, looks like the Bulldogs will come out to punt. Handling punting duties, the sophomore, John Cusimano, number 5. You'll see Cusimano in some offensive sets throughout the course of the game today, but a sophomore brought up, and Coach Palladino said, I'm not bringing up kids just to sit the bench. If I bring you up from JV, you're going to play. And Cusimano will see time in this game today.
And that's crucial for them, getting the young guys in, because, hey, who knows? That young guy could be really good for you. Got to give him a chance.
Could be the future quarterback for this Bulldog team, but right now handling the punting duties, and he gets away a phenomenal punt that is still going past midfield, and it will be downed inside Valley Stream South territory by Frank Yenna, number 1 JP. You had mentioned they were deep in their own end zone, and now to get the ball out this far, that's a great job by Cusimano.
And that's crucial, putting them back on their other side of the field now. Now Valley Stream South has to go 50 yards plus. And then this game like this, that's like a whole football field. I say double the yardage in a game like this. If they're at their own 11, they're on the 11 all the way down the street. In a game like this, its position becomes way more valuable. And this is great for Hewlett. You just turned what could have been a very interesting situation into an advantage right now.
Absolutely. Get the defense back on the field, see if you can make a play. as we are 9 minutes to go here in the half, in the second quarter, 8:58 on the clock. And the Falcons will go back to work offensively. Right about midfield, call it their 49. Ball in number 7's hands. Where else would it go for the Falcons? Nice defense by Hewlett. Gain of 1 on the play.
And you got to give him credit. He's taken, I think, every carry except for like 3 today. He's taken almost all of them today. And that's hard on a player at this level to take all those carries. And he's doing a great job of it for them.
Making the tackle for the Hewlett Bulldogs, Nathaniel Radillo. Guy that can run down defenders from behind, number 64, right in the middle there. Whistle on the field before the ball was snapped.
Change of the down there.
Yep. Official letting the sideline guy know, hey, it's second down here. You got to move that stick.
Good spot. Good eye there.
This time, Falcons will go left side, and the Bulldogs are there to meet him. A big pile, but in on the tackle, Ryan Player, number 12 for Hewlett. Players had to withstand a couple of injuries, but he's on the field today. So he missed a game, but he's back on the field today. A kid with great IQ, JP, Coach talks about. A guy that he can place on defense, knows how to cover guys, and does a nice job, and he's in on the tackle.
And that's huge at this level. IQ, football IQ is something that you need to have at this level because not many guys have the IQ to be able to read stuff at this level, like to be able to read what the receiver's doing. Because that can change a game. A corner that can read is someone who can change a game totally.
Well, here's talking about changing a game. Man, no answers for Yasir Shabazz Allah so far in this game, already with the touchdown. And moving the chains here late in the first half, midway through just about the second quarter. JP, right now, Hewlett really not had an answer.
And it's hard to have an answer for that. It's hard for a guy who's super quick, who if you give him a little bit of room, he could turn 1 yard and 3 just off of his athleticism. That's very hard to do.
You make a good point. Not a lot of teams have had success against him this season.
I mean, look, last week division, they had a tough game against him.
Yep.
It's not easy to beat that. It's very hard to stop a team that can have multiple running options, especially one that can do the job. And well, that's a huge stop for them there.
Absolutely a big-time stop by David Almonte, that senior captain, the leader of the defense, coming in with a big tackle. JP, boy, did they really need it, this Bulldog team.
I mean, that's all you need is one. That's how I say. All you need is one stop to change the momentum. And, well, let's see if they can capitalize on that because they need to get another stop to get the momentum going because as long as they keep getting stops on this team, they're going to get the ball back, and that's crucial. Getting the ball back is crucial. Time of possession. I mean, look, we're already at 6 minutes. We're almost at halftime, basically. When you look at the taste of this game, we're moving really quick.
Well, Valley Stream South would like the clock to move with their lead, and they continue to keep the ball on the ground. We've not had a pass in this game as of yet, and you had called it as we got on the air that this would be primarily a running game, and it has been so far.
And both teams love the ground and pound. That's one of the things they love. They love to run the ball. Hewlett, for as long as I remember, loves to run the ball, and so does Valley Stream South as long as I remember. And I played against Hewlett, so I can tell you they are a tough team no matter what year it is because they can run the ball and they run it efficiently.
Here's going to be a big play for Hewlett. 3rd and 7 coming up. They spot the ball at the 34-yard line of Hewlett. Valley Stream South is marching. Right side goes Shabazz Allah. And he will be met at about the 30-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down, but manageable for Valley Stream. You could expect the Falcons to go for it here. So, JP, here's a big 4th down coming up for Hewlett.
I mean, look, in this game, one conversion of 4th down could change this whole game right here.
Yeah, you're going to call it 4th and about 2 as they sought the ball inside the 30-yard line.
And the big thing to watch is here, are they going to try to draw him off? Are they going to try to maybe take a timeout and try to draw him off, take a timeout and put something else out there?
Remember, they didn't take the timeout before. They took the delay of game instead and punted it away. Then, of course, they got the fumble on that, and that's where they really started the momentum and took the lead. 4th and 2, right side, lot of room.
And they got it.
And enough for the 1st down.
And that's crucial. That is crucial. Getting, like I said, it's 1 yard here, 2 yards there. 3 yards here, and look, they just got another first. That's why it's crucial for Hewlett to make stops.
Let's take another look at that right here.
For them, they're just getting 1 yard here, 2 yards there, and look, he got about, what'd you say, that'd be 5? We'd say about maybe 5, 6 there.
Eli Minache, number 22, one of the shortest guys, if not the smallest, on this Hewlett team, gets the tackle, brings him down, but not before another Valley Stream South first down, as they have marched down this field since the punt on around the 49-yard line. So things are moving for the Falcons. Can Hewlett stop this momentum? 1st and 10, not much doing there. A host of Bulldogs bringing him down. Looks like it was led by Jacob Mariano, number 8 for the Bulldogs.
And it's going to be crucial for them to keep the momentum going here. Get another one. They need to get another 3 stops, because this is 4-down territory. So they got to keep getting stops. They got to get consistent. And that's a big thing for Hewlett. They got to keep getting consistent in this game. They've been playing very good on defense, but they need to continue it.
Talking about Mariano for a second, a heavyweight wrestler, finished 5th in the state. They call him the Moose, man. He is tough. He is right in the middle. Forces a lot of double teams, but not that time, JP. He was able to shed the blocks and make the tackle.
And that's big. Having a big guy in the middle is always huge.
Hewlett that time thought for a second they were going to get him in the backfield. But one of the things that Shabazz Allah is so good at, he's quick. He has the shiftiness. He has that second gear, and right there was able to bust through the middle for a little gain.
He's very impressive. I'm very impressed with the speed, because you can watch on camera, but you're watching in person. It's a lot quicker than it is on camera, because he can make moves. I was looking at some of the moves he was trying to make. He can get ahead of things.
Yeah.
This is a kid that's very, very smart on his feet. I'm very impressed with him.
Well, Hewlett does bring him to the ground, but not before a gain. 3rd and 3 from the 16-yard line as we approach the 3-minute mark here in the first half from Hewlett High School. And again, where else would the football go but in the hands of number 7? Enough for the first down. Finally bumped out of bounds, but not before that first, JP. I mean, it has been a heavy dose of Shabazz Allah basically this entire. It's like we're like a broken record. It's give it to him right, give it to him left, up the middle, and right now there's no answers.
It's like the old joke. Which way are we going, Coach? We're going 7 right, 7 left, 7 middle, 7 everything.
And they definitely have a weapon. If you're Conference 3 coach, if you have Valley Stream South coming up in your schedule, if they happen to make the postseason, we don't know yet. It's very early in the season, but if they happen to, you got to keep an eye on number 7. He's a difference maker here in Conference 3.
And they are going to be they're a tough team to play. And they're showing it today. They are really tough.
Well, when you
match up against.
In this conference, and there's a lot of good teams and a lot of good athletes, but and really high school football, Nassau County, Suffolk, I don't care where you play. You have an athlete like this, you're ahead of the game.
You have an athlete like this, he's going to be able to do a lot for you. A guy like that can handle a lot of, for a team that's relying on the run, he can handle the run. If you need a guy who can pass, he can pass. He has thrown some passes this year. That's the thing. He can do everything they need, and that's on Long Island. Those guys are very rare, and he's impressive to watch.
Timeout on the field. We will take one as well. It's been a fast-moving game. We'll come back with some more action here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. He's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
Welcome back to Hewlett High School. Our score in the second quarter, it is the Falcons ahead of the Bulldogs 8-0. Here it's a Conference 3 showdown. Just a reminder, if you're a huge fan of high school football here in Nassau County, you can't get enough. At 7 o'clock tonight, we are up in Glen Cove, Roosevelt. The Rough Riders heading to the Glen Cove Big Red. So we've got a doubleheader tonight here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. So really, JP, you're sitting home. You got the games on the big TV. You've got popcorn or dinner. You don't have to go anywhere.
And at this rate, you might be able to do a double feature.
That's right. So here we go. It is 2nd and 3. And
he's in.
He is in for the touchdown. Shabazz Allah, after the timeout, in for the score, his second of the day. Makes it 14-0 Valley Stream South with the extra point pending. We'll take another look here momentarily at the score, and not much to it, JP. Good blocking off the right side, and you don't get touched till you cross the goal line. You're going to take that every time.
Yep, it's Shabazala right there, and it's working. They're running to the same side, and it's working. They found a weakness, and they're executing it.
That's something that Coach Palladino and the entire Bulldog staff, I'm sure, will talk to the kids about at halftime. I mean, it's not like they're out of the game by any stretch. They will get the football back here to have one more, you would think, drive in the second quarter to maybe put some points on the board. We'll have to wait and see on that. They're going to go for 2. And again, you called this basically the same play. He was stood up for a second, but finally does cross the goal line for the extra point. And it now makes it 16-0 Valley Stream South. Here's a look at the extra point. Very similar to the touchdown. Good effort
Basically
there
the
by
same play.
Hewlett, but not.
Basically the same play.
Yeah,
and it's
basically the
working.
same play.
And you know what? If it ain't broke, you don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So our score here with 2:30 to go, it is the Falcons ahead of the Bulldogs 16-0. You are watching the Varsity Media Sports Network.
After today's game, the Bulldogs travel to Valley Stream North.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. He's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay,
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516.
Falcons set to kick things away here after their score. It's a bouncing ball. That goes out of bounds. It'll be a penalty. There's a break for the Bulldogs, and they'll take it.
And that's a big one here. I'll put it this way. Field position matters, and, hey, get a little bit more in your favor always helps.
Not only that, but, clock is not their friend right now with 2:30 to go here in the second quarter. In the half, they do have 3 timeouts, do the Bulldogs, so they have some breaks in the action. But they'll take the great field position. Let's see where the head referee, James Herbert, will set them up. It looks like he's heading towards the 45-yard line. That could be Hewlett's best field position all day long.
They have one timeout.
Hewlett has 1 timeout. My apologies. You look at the board, and it is not updated for us. No, I think that's Valley Stream with the 1 timeout. I don't think Hewlett has taken any yet. But we'll see. We will see. What do the Bulldogs do here offensively? 1st and 10. They spot the ball at the 43-yard line. Looking to put some points on the board here in the shotgun formation. We've seen that a lot, and we know that Winkler will run out of that. Looking to pass, has a receiver. That is complete. Out to midfield. He's got room at the 30, at the 20. Manny Richards. Richards finally bumped out of bounds inside the goal line. A 40-yard pass play for the Bulldogs to get them here in action.
And he's going to be down right about the 1, it looks like.
Inside the goal line, Manny Richards, one of the things that Coach Palladino talked about as we take another look. Great throw by Winkler. Great blocking to free him up. And he's gone. We were going to get Manny Richards going today. A nice sideline look there. And boy, did they ever. The play the Bulldogs needed. And they are inside the 10-yard line at the 5, ready to put some points on the board.
And just to clarify quick on the board here, it's still only 16-0 here. They're not the punt. They're going to try to punch it in.
Zenny with the carry, not going anywhere. Hewlett's going to have to put it on the board here to get back in this game. If you remember, in the first half, early in the first quarter, they did have a possession deep in Valley Stream's territory. They couldn't capitalize on it.
And that's a huge play. I mean, look, flip the field for them.
Winkler keeps it himself. Winkler has the room. Winkler, there's a flag on the field.
And the flag.
We'll see what this is going to come back. It looks like it will. They might get holding on Hewlett, and that'll be a gut punch. We'll see what the referee says here in a second. Waiting for the call, because Winkler was close. I thought maybe he was inches away from the touchdown, but now we'll have to wait and see if Hewlett's going to be backed up. There's the call. It is on the Bulldogs, a holding call, and that's a tough one to swallow.
And like I said, position matters, so it's definitely going to hurt.
So take the points off the board. It is not a touchdown. It will stay second down, however, but it's second and long. So after the huge play to Manny Richards, and you thought maybe Hewlett was going to be able to punch it in, now they've got a little challenge here, JP.
This is going to get real interesting here. It's second, and we're going to call that.
They put the ball in the 16. Winkler's going to throw again. Deep downfield's got a receiver. They look like there was a hold there. They're not going to call it. Richards was the intended receiver.
Big. That's a big thing right there. That's a big play right there.
See if we get another look at that if possible. We will not get another look. I did think maybe in the back of the end zone they got away with one, but no call.
And that's big right here. This is the game going to be right here for Hewlett. You need to get something at halftime. Even though there's the whole second half, you want to have that confidence at half that we're only down by one score. That's going to be crucial.
Now, Manny Richards, a game ago, 4 catches for 40 yards. As we get a timeout on the field here, we'll stay here as Falcons call their timeout. It's 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line. So it's, timeout-wise, Valley Stream has 2, and Hewlett has 1 left. So they did update the board. But let's talk about Manny Richards, number 3 for Hewlett here. Coach told us during the week, we think we're going to get him going. He hasn't gotten going yet. We think we're going to get him going. Boy, did they ever, JP. That was the biggest play of the day. And you could see his hands. He's got good hands. He caught 4 for 40 last week. They went to him again there in the end zone. Didn't work out. But what do you like about that offensive weapon here that Coach Palladino's bringing, number 3 for the Bulldogs?
And it's a big deal to pass for them. Passes open up the game, and it flipped the field for them. Like, he definitely opens up the game. If they can get him going, it's going to be hard for Valley Stream South to combo that. When you don't know if they're going to run or pass, it's definitely a big thing on defense with your personnel-wise. He can cause a lot of problems, and look, he showed it right there.
Well, take a look at the standings here in Conference 3 if we have a second. Because both of these teams are challenging for a playoff spot. We'll get to it later in the game.
But when you look at it here, you got Manhasset, Plainedge, Bethpage, and Flora Park. I mean, look.
Those are the teams that we think right now.
Those are the teams in the driver's seat. They're in the driver's seat. Hewlett is looking to get in, looking to play spoiler, looking for a team to play spoiler and help them get in.
We will give you a look and tell you where Hewlett and Valley Stream South are right now. It's 3rd and 16. It's 2 down territory. Winkler to Zenny. Zenny's in for the touchdown. What a catch. We've got another flag on the field.
It's going to be a late hit.
It probably will be a late hit. But what a pass and what a catch. Zenny coming out of the backfield, JP, the running back, running a route. You don't see that too often, but let's take another look at this. Watch Zenny. He's 21, middle of your screen, and keep an eye on Winkler. Both players in your backfield. Zenny just runs out.
And that's perfect. You know what? At the backfield, like I said, if a guy, you don't know they're going to run or pass or not, hard for personnel matchup-wise. And for Valley Stream South, that was a mismatch for them, for Hewlett to take advantage of.
Boy, you had said coming into this game, we expect a lot of running. Hewlett's a running team. Well, you get behind by 2 scores, and suddenly you have to be forced to be a different kind of team. And wait a second, they have been very successful passing the football here.
And you know what? But you got to be. But one thing I'll say, give them credit, is being able to confuse the defense, not knowing whether they're going to run or pass. That's a big thing when you're looking at the matchup and you have your defense lined up a certain way, expecting the run. You pass. It's going to be over the guys. It's going to be over the safety's head. They're not going to be expecting it.
That is a great call by you because Zenny, they're thinking Zenny's going to be running out of the backfield. This is a kid that we talked about running inside runs up the middle. Never expected him to come out of the backfield and run a route and nonetheless make that great catch. Here's a little trickeration on the extra point, and Hewlett gets in. Zenny again. It's been the Zenny show here late in the second quarter. Unbelievable job by the junior, John Zenny. He's got Hewlett on the board, 16-8 Let's take a look at this play again. He thought Winkler on the shotgun, but it was a fake, and Zenny runs it in. So momentum now on the side of the Bulldogs with 1:36 to go here in the first half. We will take a break and come back with the more action here in the second quarter on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay,
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage. And one of many threes on the day.
interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
JP, after the late hit call on Valley Stream South, the Bulldogs will kick off from Valley Stream South's 45-yard line. So keep an eye on this kick.
But this is a big deal here because you could kick it in and get a touchback. So this actually could come back to bite you.
John Menkes, but it's going to be, they're going to try a little onside floating kick wobbly at the 18-yard line, fielded by Valley Stream. But it backs them up to the furthest in their territory. They've had the ball all day long today. So they do get the possession. We'll see what Valley Stream South does with the football.
And field position matters. That's a big deal here. Like, look, it's flipping the field. Look, Hewlett had to flip the field to get the touchdown. Pinning a team in their own, deep in their own territory in this game is going to be like a mile.
No, I agree with you 100%. I mean, Valley Stream South has moved the football. Let's give them a lot of credit, but you just have to see with 1:23 left here in the half if they will try to go to the air just to move the football a little bit closer to the end zone with little time remaining. So here we go, 1st and 10, and they spot the ball at the 24-yard line. In the shotgun. Quarterback keeps it himself. And he's out past the 30-yard line. Good for a first down. So, JP, why throw it when you can gain 10 yards with the feet of Shabazz Allah?
Like I said, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. And you know what? You're still winning right now. The clock is your friend. And it's 1:15. There's still 1:15 left in the half. So you got enough time to run a few more plays here. Maybe throw a pass at like the 30-second mark left in the game. You still got enough time to really try to get it through the run. Try to break one.
From the 34-yard line.
Keeper.
Yep, keeps it himself and met by Almonte. Boy, he has been a tackling machine in this game today. Number 24, the senior captain for Hewlett.
And he's been that's a name we've been saying all day. It's that man again. And he's just doing it all day for them.
Timeout on the field. I believe that's by Valley Stream South. One of the things that makes Almonte so good, the runs that come right at him, JP, he's able to shed blockers and just bring the carrier right to the ground. You saw that on that play. When you come at number 24, he's bringing you down to the ground.
And the big deal for that is this. Having a guy that can do that all day for you against a running team is just, that's like having that's like having Superman. Because a guy that can keep doing that for you all day long is good at big stops. They're going to prevent those big plays. Look, what's the longest play been today? 10 yards? That's crucial against a team like this, keeping them under 10, with a guy who can potentially take one for 60. That's why Hewlett's in this game still.
To your point, and this is something that Coach Palladino had talked about as well, he feels his team, he doesn't have as many two-way players, and if he does, they get rotated in and out throughout the game. Valley Stream South, a lot of their players go both ways. Could that tire them out as we get to the second half?
At this level, most kids go both ways. I'd say, except for Conference 1 in most cases. These kids, even then, they're going both ways.
But in this team, on this Bulldog team, he doesn't have that many. I mean, Evan Greenberg goes both ways, and there might be one or two.
I'd say for Long Island, it is a problem, but
Yep.
you'd be expecting at this point in the season your kids to be able to have have that stamina to do it. But if they don't, it could potentially, with the way this game's going, it being a quick game, I could see some attrition happening.
We'll see. There's some penetration in the backfield. Allah able to break through before he's finally wrestled to the ground. Player number 12 was the first to meet him. And the clock will continue to move as Shabazz Allah wrestled inside. And we'll get a timeout. Now Hewlett calls a timeout. Interesting, JP. 3rd and 10, and Hewlett wants a crack at the ball back.
And you know what? I would, because hey, you can maybe get one more play and tie this game in half. You can be going from being down 16 to tied would be a huge thing for them. Basically turns the scoreboard back to 0-0 again at the second half. That's what you need. You need to be tied if you're Hewlett, and you have an opportunity, so you might as well take it.
So 32 seconds to go here in the first half. 16-8 is our score. Just another reminder, coming up after this game on the Varsity Media Sports Network, we take you from the South Shore, JP, to the North Shore.
We're traveling very far.
Some call it the Gold Coast, and that's where Glen Cove will be playing today, hosting Roosevelt. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff, and you can see that game right here on this very same YouTube channel, the Varsity Media Sports Network. So we hope that you stay with us tonight. We have 2 Conference 3 games.
And that should be an interesting game. I mean, Roosevelt this year is not as strong as they usually are, but they have a lot of talent. They have Xavier Cooper, is unbelievable. And Glen Cove's a tough team. They don't have the Glen Cove of old. It's not the Glen Cove of 5-6 years ago that I remember.
Right.
But it's a tough team still. They still have a lot of athletes who can play, who can give Roosevelt trouble. I think it's 2 even teams.
We'll see what Steve Tripp has up in store up there in Glen Cove and what Joe Vito and his Rough Riders can do later tonight. Here from Hewlett on the 3rd down. Nothing doing for Shabazz Allah. And the clock goes to 20 seconds, and it will run down. I don't believe Hewlett can stop it anymore. They cannot. And that should do it here as the clock does stop. Maybe Valley Stream South calling it.
No, it's still running.
The clock is running, and that will probably do it for us here in the first half. Half is over. Our score, 16-8. JP, what'd you see there here in the first half?
Well, all I'll say is that was quick. I mean, this is a fast-moving game. And look, both teams take advantage of the opportunities they have. And one thing I'm very impressed with is number 7 of Valley Stream South, Shabazz Allah. He's just unbelievable right now. He's having a heck of a game. Hats off to him for the first half.
We will step aside. We'll give you some halftime ceremonies. It is senior day here at Hewlett High School, so if the cheerleading team is going to come out, we will, of course, have that for you. We'll take a timeout for now. We're back with more after this. Halftime from Hewlett, Valley Stream leading 16-8 on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang! McKee, first down and more! Charlie McKee! Touchdown, Oceanside!
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang. McKee, first down and more. Charlie McKee. Touchdown, Oceanside.
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang. McKee, first down and more. Charlie McKee. Touchdown, Oceanside.
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
Goes McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay.
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
Interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games.
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang! McKee, first down and more! Charlie McKee! Touchdown, Oceanside!
School events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what went through your mind, how you prepared for that to run such a fast speed.
Currently, spectators are limited at events. Let Varsity Media bring the event to your fans. Contact Varsity Media today for more information. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
We are back here at Hewlett High School. Our score at the half. Valley Stream South, the Falcons lead the Bulldogs 16-8. We've got a good one. We want to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible today. Steam Squad Carpet and Upholstery Cleaners. Got dirt, got stains, got stink? Well, get the Steam Squad. Book now and get 10% off when you mention this ad. Visit them at steamsquad.com or by phone 516-567-8966. And Optimum Pest Control. Protect your home with a company you can trust. 15% off mosquito service. You're going to need it until May 1st. Optimum Pest Control. Call them at the office. 516-509-8362. As we bring JP back into the broadcast here at halftime. Valley Stream South has the lead 16-8. Let's take a look at the Nassau County Conference 3 standings. There you see Manhasset, the top dogs, undefeated. And we see the teams that are playing today, JP, they're on the outside looking in right now. They need to win and they need help. When you look at the landscape of Conference 3, where we are today, what comes out? What strikes you?
What strikes me is a little bit of this. Four Parks resurgence for a program that a few years ago didn't win a game has now all of a sudden come back to become one of the top teams in the county again. And Plain Edge after last year being this low late in the year.
Well, I think one of the things about Plain Edge, just to point out, they had a game cancel on them, and they're going to play Bethpage tomorrow. By the way, we will be at that game. We'll talk about that here in the second half.
And I'm looking forward to that one. I got a little connection to that one.
So right now, just to explain to the fans, if you're a Conference 3 fan, if you're a Nassau County football fan, this year only the top 4 teams will make it into the playoffs. The semifinal rounds
begin. It's a little throwback.
Yeah,
back to the original way before the expansion to 8 games.
The semifinals will begin the weekend of April 23rd, 24th, and it is at the higher seed. We're not going to Hofstra this year. So, because I've had some people in discussion during the season, we're going to Hofstra. My team might make it. No, there is no Hofstra. Semis and finals because of COVID protocols. So, if you're Manhasset, you could be hosting the Nassau Conference Championship in your stadium this year.
And only your fans, too, which is going to give an extra home field advantage. I mean, that's why it's going to be crucial to get that top spot. I mean, look. Manhasset probably is the easiest path because it'll be very hard for them to lose the next 2 weeks. They have 2 very winnable games. 2, 3, and 4 is very interesting.
It is interesting. It is going to be an interesting end to the season here. We've got a couple of weeks left. We've got today, tomorrow, and then next week. It's hard to believe, but next week is the final regular season weekend.
Oh, how time flies. It went quick.
It really did, and I think a lot of credit goes to the athletic directors, the players, the coaches, for everybody for making the season happen. And listen, we've had some bumps. I'm not going to say we haven't. There have been some cancellations.
I mean, look, all over the country they've had bumps. Down in Texas they had bumps, a lot of bumps.
Yeah, there's been.
But we evolved, and you know what? I give credit to everyone involved. They did their part, and look, we have a season. A lot of people didn't think we'd get this far, and I got to say hats off to all the administrators who were able to set up the policies to make this happen.
Absolutely. Not only did we have a season, but we're going to have a postseason. Will one of these teams make it in? We need another half to find out, plus more. Valley Stream South kicking it back to Hewlett. They'll field it deep in their own territory, breaking a tackle coming up this near side before finally wrestled down. That's Daniel Faber, the senior, and he's got wheels, JP, and he showed it there.
And that's a nice return. You know what? Get some decent starting position, but like I said, in a game like this, field position matters. So they got to keep moving. For Hewlett, the big thing here is going to be flipping the field again, getting another big pass, getting another big run, just breaking something out of the backfield, getting a nice break for you, which is just going to be what they need. They need a big break right here early to get the kick off the second half.
The question is, how aggressive does Coach Palladino want to be here to start the second half? He needed to be aggressive in the first, and it got him a touchdown. So we start 1st and 10. They come out firing again. This pass is complete to Faber, who just returned the kickoff. He puts this one at the 39-yard line. That's a first down reception for the Bulldogs.
That's big. I mean, you know what? We know they can pass. And you look at the pass right here, which is a really nice one too. That was a perfectly thrown pass.
One of the things that you said in the beginning of this game when we talked about Winkler running, you said he can throw as well, and you were right on. He has demonstrated that.
And I'm very impressed. Like, he is very impressive.
Here's the jet sweep that Coach Palladino talked about during the week.
Nice fake pass there too. He kept it and did a nice fake.
And you could see Hewlett is starting to get some other players involved. Daniel Faber, the senior captain, also plays or runs track, I should say. Maybe one of the fastest, if not the fastest, on this team. He stretches the field, and that's what Hewlett is trying to do here on this offensive set. So momentum is starting to move the Bulldogs' way. Zenny, left side. Zenny still on his feet. John Zenny, number 21, who has the touchdown for the Bulldogs, now has a first.
And that's big. I mean, that's a great run for him. Those extra yards, and those extra yards there. And there was a really, let's look at this for a second here.
Yeah, there's Zenny. He's going to go far side.
Look at that. There was a really nice, I would say that was really good for him. That was really nice running. I really like that.
It's hard to bring Zenny down. This is a wrestler, folks. This is a guy that is
tough kid. Tough kid.
Running inside. You get him to the outside with that burst of speed, and it's going to take 1, 2, maybe 3 Falcons just to bring him down, and it showed there on that offensive set, and it's a first down for the Bulldogs.
But to be a running back in a ground and pound offense, you got to be tough because you're going to be taking most of the carries. And look, he's showing his true toughness right now. That was a very good run, and they're going to need a lot of that because this is a big drive for them. They want to start the second half off strong.
And they have so far. 1st and 10 in shotgun goes Winkler. Zenny to his left. Zenny going right side. He's got a hole and more. He tripped up at about the 45-yard line, but he was freed up there by Christopher McDonald, or at least McDonald was nearby. McDonald is a kid that gets a little bit of action here in the second half. Let's take another look. There's Zenny, and there you see McDonald, number 37 rather. He was trying to just clip there at the end for a couple more yards, so give him some credit to free up his running back. It is 2nd and 5 at the 44. In motion, Winkler keeps it himself, fighting for some extra yards, being pushed by the offensive line. Let's talk about that offensive line. Ronald Ilyich, the left tackle, JP, 6'5", 300 pounds.
That's a big guy.
That's a big boy. One of the things that Coach Palladino likes about him is when he bends his knees and focuses, he could really get at you. And Nate Rodillo.
That's college size there. 6'5", 300's college size.
Nate,
college coach watching.
Nate Rodillo, number 64, is on the left guard. Another guy that's super strong, in shape. Believe it or not, Rodillo lost close to 60 pounds in the offseason.
Wow.
Playing the left guard position. We'll talk about some of the other offensive linemen as we move forward here in this game. Zenny getting a lot of work here to start the second half. Hard run. We talked about it ad nauseum, and one of the reasons he's successful there is he runs right over his center. Muiz Hamid, they call him the Big Moose, the center for Hewlett. Plays wherever he's needed to, JP. One of the things that Coach talked about, he said in the offseason, this kid came to him and said, where do you need me? You want me to play left guard? I'll play there. You want me to play right tackle? I'll play there. The staff said, we need you at center. We need a center, and Moose has been a rock-steady center so far this season.
He's a big kid. They're a lot. They got size in that line. That's a big boy line. That's no little kids out there. They got big boys out there.
5'11", 285 goes the Moose. No wonder he has that nickname at center. That was a pass incomplete, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And 79 is just to talk about how big he is just looking at him in person. He's an intimidating guy. The size he has is college size.
That pass also incomplete, in and out of the hands of Manny Richards. It was Richards late in the first half that had the big-time play over 40 yards to set Hewlett up for the touchdown. And this time incomplete. So the momentum may be stopped here for the Bulldogs. We'll see. 3rd and long. They might be in 2-down territory anyways, but they need to keep this drive alive.
And this is a huge drive. Look, you're not going to get many chances like this during a game to be in your own, to basically move from your own side of the field and then deep into their territory. This could be this is a game of field position.
3rd and 10. Winkler left side, looking down the field for a receiver. Complete, incomplete for a second. In and out of the hands. That was intended for Christopher McDonald. Let's take another look right here. Winkler with a nice job, going left side, able to throw on the run in the hands of McDonald's. And JP, that's just the ball he probably should have had.
Good ball, just couldn't get a hold of it. And it happens at this level. It happens.
So we'll see what Hewlett elects to do here. If Cusimano, number 5, comes onto the field to punt it away, or if they'll go for it on 4th down. Looks like they're going to punt as Cusimano comes onto the field. We talked about the sophomore, who should see some offensive action in this game. So far, he's been relegated to punting duties. But listen, a sophomore on varsity level. And a great punt the first time, another great punt here. What a weapon Cusimano has been for John Palladino and this Hewlett Bulldog staff, JP. That's another incredible punt.
One of the most important positions in a high school level is the punter, especially when you're a running team. You need a good punter to put the other team on the other side of the field for you. That's the thing. You need the game of field position when you're going against a team like that, like Valley Stream South, who can move the ball, who's got one player who can turn any play into a 60-yard touchdown run. A good punter is going to help you. And, this kid's definitely shown, even though he's a sophomore, he's doing the job for them. Definitely.
So Valley Stream South is going to get the football back. Let's see where they place the ball. On the 14-yard line. Talk about changing the field. That's what Hewlett was able to do just now. 9:16 left here in the third quarter. We're pretty much just underway in the second half. And Valley Stream South goes back to work offensively. Again, Shabazz Zalah, you've been watching this game with us from the beginning. You know him by now. He's a household name. He is the senior do-it-all quarterback now for Valley Stream South. Should be a running back. It plays like a running back, but has been the quarterback for Valley Stream for the past few games. That time gaining a yard, so they call it 2nd and 9 from the 15.
he's a guy that they basically a running back who they told they're going to play quarterback. And you know what? It's working. That's working for them right now. So,
Basically running the pistol formation, right? It's a running back in a shotgun and just carries the football. Pierre this time right side. They've given it to him quite a bit as well. Hewlett will upend Pierre, though not much doing. And JP, this is going to bring up a 3rd and long.
put it this way, for this team, you're going to be expecting to go in 4 downs.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have the athletes to do it. And, I mean, not just number 70. They got 45, who's also gotten some carries today. Who's done a little bit for them, but 7's done most of the heavy lifting today. That's the big thing, is will they try to maybe give 7 a little bit of a rest and give 45 or another guy, maybe even one of the other running backs they have on the roster, a shot at kind of helping him carry the load here, because at this point in the game, it could be getting to him.
3rd and 6. Right side. Good penetration by the defense, and we'll have to see where he goes out of bounds. It looks like the line judge is going to signal he will be short. It will bring up 4th down.
And here we go.
Decision time for Valley Stream South. It is oh so close, but they are backed up. I mean, not deep in their territory, but you don't want to give Hewlett the football back here. So what will the Falcons do? It's 4th and 2 from the 23. Decision time here for Valley Stream South. And I think the decision has been made as we see
They could try to draw him off.
back on the field, JP. So I think they're going for it. Let's take a look. Big play here in the 3rd quarter, JP. This could be a momentum changer.
This is the roll of the dice, because if you don't get it, you're just giving Hewlett a lot of good field, but they're going to get it.
Yep, Shabazz able to break free off the right side. The Bulldogs came up the middle, but Shabazz went right side, and he has enough for the 1st down. So give the Falcons credit. We'll take another look at this here in a second as he comes up to the line. He surveys the defense, knows where he's going to go with the football. See, you're going to see Hewlett come up the middle, but he just found enough breathing room off the right side, and that's just talent, JP. I mean, there's nothing much more you can say. We talked about reads and kids that can do RPOs and stuff. That time he knew exactly where to go.
To my friends that are college coaches that are watching, this kid can play. This kid is showing he can play right now and carry a team. He's carrying this team right now.
Yeah, Hewlett has not really had much of an answer, and they're going to need one quick because the Falcons are starting to gain momentum here. After that Hewlett touchdown, late in the 2nd quarter, the Falcons with the ball and driving here in the 3rd.
And this is the big thing, is going to be the field position and time possession battle. Valley Stream South had a lot of long drives today. If you're Hewlett, you got to stop him, got to shorten up those drives here, because in this point in the game, you've already let them go convert on 4th once. You cannot let them convert again. Like, you got to stop them here if you want to keep this game from getting out of reach.
2nd and 7 from the 31. Off the right side. They've had a lot of success on the right side, has Valley Stream.
And that's Luke Costanzo, looks like, 34.
It's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Nice. They're sharing the wealth here.
Yep. Here comes the run off the right side. Who's in on the tackle? Who else? The stud senior linebacker, David Almonte, number 24, but not before a gain of a 1st down. So JP, Hewlett has to figure something out here defensively to get off the field.
And that's the big thing, is Valley Stream South keeping you on the field. You're not getting the ball. You need to. You're right now. The clock right now is becoming your enemy longer and longer we go in the game.
There's some penetration in the backfield, and finally Greenberg comes in to make the tackle. A tackle for a loss. Evan Greenberg, number 33, the junior. Forced fumbles on the season, tackles for loss on the season, and add another one to his plate. Hewlett needed it, JP, and they got it on that defensive set.
But they need to be consistent. They need to get consistent. That's the big thing here.
We do have an injury on the field suffered by a Hewlett Bulldog. We have a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. We'll step aside. 16-8 is our score. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area's leader in sports media production. We specialize in live streaming.
Gargiulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. And Ciolino. See you later. Touchdown, Massapequa.
Videography. And photography. Covering all sports. at all levels. We feature aerial photography and videography, college recruiting videos, live streaming of games,
Top of the key, Smith. Why not? Wow. Bang! McKee, first down and more! Charlie McKee! Touchdown, Oceanside!
school events, graduations. Varsity Media is available to cover a game, a tournament, a season, or any special event.
Talk to us a little bit about what. Back on the field from Hewlett High School. 2nd and 15 after the loss of 5. There's a nice looking tackle by Ryan Player, the junior, who cuts down the running back. It was Yakush, Anthony Yakush, number 6, who was on the field for a second injured, but we could report that he got up under his own power. So it's good to see number 6 for Hewlett.
And the run was by 45, Brandon Pierre. And they're now starting to spread the ball a little bit. Something to watch here.
Yep.
As we got to see if they can continue that success they had in the first half.
Something else to watch, 3rd and 7. But again, off the right side, that is where Shabazz Allah has done the majority of his damage, if not all of his damage, JP. I don't think we've seen too many runs to the left side. So Valley Stream has liked what they've seen on the left side all day long. And we'll take another look. As you see, right side again, there's just a hole there that offensive line has done a nice job opening up, and it's more than enough to move the chains. Another first down for the Falcons.
And that's big. I mean, look, he's doing what they need him to do, which is just run the ball. And you know what? If the play that's going to work is 7 right, you're going to keep running until it doesn't work. And they're like a coiled machine right now. They're just going and going and going.
1st and 10 from the 49. We have 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. I said he never ran left side. Well, there he is right now, and a nice move, faking out Eli Minash. But give him credit. Eli, one of the shortest guys on the field, stuck with it and made the tackle, number 22 for Hewlett. A big gain for Valley Stream South. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
And if you're Hewlett, you need to get to a third down. You need to force them to a third. That would be huge for them to be able to stop if that played a counter. But they need to get a stop here. They need to try to get a stop here, get some momentum going on defense.
They call it 2nd and 5 from the 44-yard line. That's where Valley Stream South continues this offensive series. Hewlett playing a 4-3 defense. They're on most of the game today. They're going to go right side. There is just great blocking, but finally some pressure. Daniel Reznikov, number 40, the first to greet Shabazz on that play. And, JP, you said get him to a third down. That's exactly what Hewlett did.
And now, put it this way. Now you got that momentum, make another stop, get him the 4th. That's what you need to do, Hewlett. One play at a time. And you know what? That's a big play for them. They need to make another one, though, to build off it. But it's a nice setup if they can make another stop here.
JP, stop me if you've heard this one before. Another junior on this Bulldog defense, Reznikov at 6', 190, number 40.
The future's looking very bright.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Conference 3 and you're watching this, you're saying, geez, there's a lot of juniors for this Hewlett Bulldog team. I wonder what next year's going to bring. There was a penalty, a face mask call there on Hewlett, so we talked about the momentum. That's a killer there because you had Valley Stream 3rd and long, and you give them a first down, and you just can't do that.
That's in a game like this, that's going to cost you. Let's see if they can try to. They got to get a stop. They got to get a couple more stops here, build off the momentum on the last play, but that face mask does hurt.
Just under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Right up the middle goes Shabazz Allah. And he gets a big gain here. So Valley Stream South is set up right where they want to be. So we'll see if the Bulldogs can force some sort of pressure or turnover. They're going to need it here to get back in this game. Only down a touchdown, but Valley Stream is driving.
And the big thing here for Valley Stream is you got to continue this pace. Because, look, you got to keep the clock running. They're doing a good job of it. When they got the ball, there was a bit of time here. They're just running the clock down, and for them, they need to do it in this game.
If you can't stop it, I mean, you're going to keep going until someone can. Off the left side, and Hewlett is going to meet Shabazz, but not before another big gain. Looks to be enough for the first down. It is. And so all the effort for the Bulldogs on the defensive side, Sebastian Flores, number 52, one of the guys to greet him. Good play, not enough, another first down.
And that's the thing. That's the repetition here. We've been saying a lot of things. it's the same thing for Varsity South. They're getting first downs. 7, Shabazalah's doing a great job. I'm going to stress this again. College coaches, if you're watching, this kid can play, and he's showing it right now. I mean, what else can you say?
This time the give is to the running back. That is Pierre. And a host of Bulldog tacklers there to meet him. Not much doing there on the first down. Nice job by a bunch of Hewlett Bulldogs. I mean, you can mention David Almonte. You can mention Eli Minash. I mean, there's just a host of Hewlett Bulldogs that are gang tackling there here on that play. And we've got 2nd and 6 now from the 20-yard line.
And you need to get a stop. Like I said, to say the same thing again for Hewlett, you just got to get a stop here, 4th or 3rd, and try to get them the 4th. That's what you got to do. Try to hold them, keep them off the board. Because if you get the ball back, you have the ability to turn the field in one play.
Got to be very impressed with Eli Minash, 5'3", 165, quick enough to play outside linebacker. There he is making the tackle, number 22. Look at him on the screen, and you could tell.
He's got toughness. He's got heart. That kid's got toughness and heart there. I got to give him hats off on that day. He's playing a heck of a game today.
There's absolutely no two ways around it. Missed a game earlier in the season because of quarantine. Comes back playing in this game and playing lights out. What a hitter, what a tackler for the Hewlett Bulldogs. That's going to be another pickup for a first down on a 3rd and short. And JP, right now, I mean, if you're the Falcons, you've got it going. I mean, this train has not stopped since this drive began, and they're looking for a touchdown.
One touchdown could put this game out of the way. This could basically put this game out of reach for Hewlett the way things are going because of the time of possession, just how far the field position is. And like I said, you might as well put that field out to the street because it feels like it's a mile long, this field today, just with how hard it is to score with the running game. 90
seconds to go in the 3rd. 1st and goal from the 5, left side. And Hewlett that time not fooled.
That's a big stop, and that's a huge stop.
Big stop by the Bulldogs.
Greenberg, number 33, Evan Greenberg, the junior, one of the best defensive players on this Bulldog squad. We'll take another look at this play on first down. There's a good look at the line of scrimmage, and you're going to see Greenberg making that play, bringing Shabazalah to the ground. 2nd down now, maybe some momentum building for Hewlett. It's 2nd and goal from the 6. Great look at the football.
And there's an old Oregon coach that say, I used to watch the first 5 plays on the line because I knew how the game was going to go.
This time left side. There is a defender there. He beats him. Shabazalah to the end zone for the touchdown.
It's that man again. It's just, again and again, he's having a heck of a game here. This is his 3rd of the day.
Yep.
And will he go for a 3rd 2-point conversion of the day as well?
22-8 is our score here with 38 seconds. We'll take another look at that play. You see one Hewlett defender in space, but this man is too quick.
Like I said, this is college level speed we're watching.
No, yeah, I mean, you're right on the money with that one, JP. So we've got 22-8 now as Valley Stream is looking for the 2-point try, make it 24-8. You had mentioned running out of time, but Hewlett did have a big play late in the first half.
It's tough when you know you're going to the 4th. And
again, a man to beat. He's able to do it, and he just dances in. I mean, that's how electric he is.
It's just I'm in awe watching. I'm just actually getting in awe watching this because this is unbelievable.
Yep. So our score here, 24-8. And we'll take a timeout here. We'll take another look at the 2-point conversion before we take a break. There you see it. And again, breaks the tackle.
He's like, bye-bye.
In for the touchdown. So our score with 38 seconds to go in the 3rd, 24-8. Valley Stream South in the lead. We'll take a timeout. Back with more on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
McCarthy. He's in. Touchdown, Farmingdale.
We feature multiple camera angles, guaranteed to capture all the action.
Touchdown, Oceanside.
Plus added features like graphics, instant replay,
Yeah, the shooters are going to shoot here at Bethpage, and one of many threes on the day.
interviews, and more. It's your time to shine. And with Varsity Media, now you can. Contact us today and book a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Online at varsitymedia.net or by phone 516-403-2050.
Back at Hewlett High School, Ben Turchin and JP on the Varsity Media Sports Network, and the cheerleaders have come to play today, that's for sure. A nice halftime rendition from them. You saw it live here on the broadcast. They may not like the score, but they're not quitting nonetheless, JP. They're here cheering on their Bulldogs on senior night.
And one thing I'll say, it's good to see that we have all the students involved the best we can this year with everything going on.
Yep, and the athletic director for Hewlett, Dave Villegas, doing a great job here. He's got the parents lined up in the bleachers for the Bulldogs. You know, there have been COVID protocols, JP, all across Nassau County, so you're not permitted to have everybody in the stands, but you get 2 per athlete, 2 per cheerleader, so it's been a nice representation, should we say, of the Hewlett community.
And that's great to see that we have to have the parents here to watch, because I know how important it is for parents to watch their kids play. And it's awesome. It's awesome to see that.
That is it for the third quarter. Our score after 3, the Falcons 24 and the Bulldogs 8. We will take a timeout. Back with more after this on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
All season to get us through to this part. Thank you for your diligence and staying to our program.
Are you settling for a boring live stream? Can't see the players' uniforms? No audio? Camera not following the action? Consider a live stream broadcast with Varsity Media. Our announcers help tell the story of your game.
That was McCarthy. He's got. Oh, he's in.
And here we go.
Fourth quarter beginning. Hewlett with the ball. That is Zenny with a couple of moves out to the close to the 40-yard line. And that's a pickup of close to 10 yards, actually, for John Zenny, number 21, who's been doing a nice job today.
And he's a tough kid. He's showing that toughness. He's showing that what you got to be, like I said, I've been saying this whole game. For a ground and pound team, to be the running back, got to be a tough dude. And he's showing it today. He's taking a lot of carries.
So we talked about Hewlett. They need to put some points on the board quickly. We've got 1 quarter left to go. RPO for the quarterback, Winkler up the middle. They're calling some plays, is Hewlett, with some big chunks of yardage gain, so that is helpful if you're a Bulldog fan.
But right now, the clock is not your friend.
It's not your friend, JP, I agree, but you're only down 2 scores, and you still have 12 minutes to go. They can put one in quickly here. They're only within 1 score, but you got to get it in. That's the bottom line. You got to get it in. Zenny, he's met in the backfield. Can he break a tackle? He cannot. That's going to be a loss of 3 yards going the wrong way on that play.
And that hurts. That hurts if you're Hewlett. You gotta keep going that way. As they say, keep going towards the end zone. But the big problem is
just great penetration there by the defense. And Zenny was fighting. Give him credit.
Yeah, he is. But it's tough when you got so many guys that penetrate so quickly. It's tough to stop that. I mean, look, even unless you're an NFL running back, you're not gonna be able to break that. Even then, NFL running backs can't. So it's a tough ask.
Winkler wants to throw. Stepping up. Now he's going to run. He's got room. A man to beat. Brought down at the 40-yard line, but not before another big play by this Bulldog offense, brought to you by the junior quarterback, Mark Winkler.
And that's huge. That is huge for them. This is the play you needed. Look.
He steps up, thought about the throw, comes up the middle. Just a big play by the junior.
And now what? For a junior, that's impressive. This kid's got a lot of potential. Again,
another fake on the RPO. He had a defender bite. Zelny is still on his feet. 20, 30-yard gain. I want to take another look at this. I want you to see, JP, what he does to one of the Valley Stream South defenders on the run-pass read option. This guy thought for sure that the running back had the ball, that John Zenny had the ball, but we're going to go into no huddle, so we'll take a look at that if we can in a second. What a job Winkler is doing here running this offense.
I think we fooled everyone there.
Fooled me for a second. Man in motion. This time it is 21. Left side has room. Hesitates, and he's in. John Zenny for the touchdown. No flags on the field, and the Bulldogs are in business.
Well, there you go. I see a pattern here. 21 having 2 touchdowns today. 7 has got 3. Same players are producing today for both teams.
The big players are stepping up in the big games, and one of those big players is John Zenny with the cutback, and he's in for the score. And JP, you have to ask yourself, if you're a Hewlett Bulldog fan, man, where has this offense been? It only seems like they break it out when they absolutely need it, as there's a fumble on the 2-point conversion.
Go quick one. And let me know when you're back.
And that'll be something to keep an eye on, JP, because now it makes it a 2-score game.
It makes it a little more interesting. I'll just leave it to that. It makes it real interesting.
24-14 is our score. Take a timeout. And we'll be back with more here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Makes things real interesting.
This will be up in
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Back here at Hewlett High School, we want to thank our sponsors for making this production possible. Steam Squad, carpet and upholstery cleaners. Got dirt, got stains, got stink. Get the Steam Squad. Book now and get 10% off when you mention this ad. SteamSquad.com, 516-567-8966. And we'd like to thank Optimum Pest Control. Protect your home with a company you can trust. Get 15% off mosquito service until May 1st. Call them at the office, 516-509-8362. JP back here at Hewlett High School. The Bulldogs got the touchdown that they needed, but missing the 2-point conversion now makes it 24-14. We still have a 2-score game.
Makes things real interesting. But if you're Hewlett, you got to get your defense here. It won't matter unless your defense can stop them. And that's the big thing. They need to stop them here, because if they can get a stop, we're in business. We're in business here. We got ourselves a game they can stop.
Stopping the Falcons is something the Bulldogs have had trouble doing today as they kick back to the Falcons. And we'll see what happens. Oh, the ball is loose! But it was recovered by Jordan Wilson of the Falcons, JP. For a second, he let that go. That was live.
That could have gotten real
Hewlett
interesting.
could have come away with the football in that regard. But at least give Wilson credit. He had the wherewithal to say, wait a second, I do need to recover this. And indeed he does. But it was a nice kickoff by the Bulldogs. So Valley Stream is going to start at the 22-yard line. But, JP, that hasn't stopped them before. They've had the ball.
They've done really good. We're just moving the ball. That's the big thing. They've done one thing that Hewlett hasn't been able to do today, which is move the ball consistently.
It might be a 2-score game, but if Hewlett doesn't stop number 7, it doesn't matter if it's a 1-score game. They are not going to get close to this Falcon team. He's got the ball. Number 7, left side.
And a flag.
A flag flies. This could be the momentum that Hewlett needs. That will most likely be a hold, and back the Falcons up.
And if that's so, then look, all you need is, like they say, it all starts at 1. You got to get one, then get another. That's the thing for Hewlett. They got to consistently do it.
When you're a running team, as we get the call there, it's going to be a hold on Valley Stream. And, give their offensive line a lot of credit. That is the first penalty we've called for them all game long, and they've just dominated running the football today. So that's a devastating blow. It'll be 1st and 20 for the Falcons. But now it's on Hewlett, JP. It's on Hewlett to stop this Valley Stream South attack if they want to get the ball back, because they have 2 scores they need.
You need a turnover. If you're Hewlett, what you really need right now is a turnover right here.
Well, the way things
that's what you need.
The offense for Hewlett has been able to move the ball quickly. So they can move, but they have to stop this offense right now. And that is what we're going to find out here. 1st and 20. If they're ever going to do it, now would be the time with 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. 1st and 20 from the 12-yard line. Shotgun. Looking now, reversing field. Has to beat a man with the high tackle. He's brought down. Daniel Faber. Number 2, one of the quickest guys on this Bulldog team. He gets the job done on the 1st.
And that's huge. That is huge. Like, if you're Hewlett, you need to keep doing this. That's the problem. They've not been able to keep doing it. But they got it. This is going to be huge here. This play is going to be a very big play coming up.
Look at Faber, tackles him, and also Greenberg was in on the tackle as well. Faber and Greenberg. making that play happen. JP, a 2-yard loss. Valley Stream going backwards. It is now 2nd and 22. And I don't believe they're in 4-down territory here this deep.
This is not 4-down territory.
Exactly.
This is why I'm looking, if you're Hewlett, you want to force a turnover.
Up the middle. Defender wraps him out to the ground. If a gain at all, will be a couple of yards. Greenberg again. Evan Greenberg, number 33, the junior, a kid that Coach Palladino says this kid can develop into a really good football player, and we're seeing it before our very eyes. He's been all over the field defensively. Already has sacks on the season, forced fumbles. There's a big tackle right there, and you see it again. He's got now the Bulldogs in a 3rd and 19 situation.
And you need to get another stop here and try to get a turnover. That's what I'm saying. Keep getting.
Well, one thing about Valley Stream South is, do they have a play in their playbook to convert on 3rd and 19? They've had 10-yard gains. They've had 8-yard gains. They've moved the sticks. But do they have a 3rd and 19? We're about to find out. Up the middle, the Bulldogs meet Allah. Shabazz Allah, nothing doing there. Brings up 4th and long. And now we're going to find out what Valley Stream decides to do. You would think they're going to punt it away.
I would assume, but then again, in this game, I don't think we can assume anything because they tried earlier to go get them offside, so I'd assume you punt, but we can't assume anything.
Great job by the defense of the Hewlett Bulldogs. They needed to stop there, and they got it. 7:55 to go in the game. Remember, it's a 2-score game. South to kick it away. A wobbly kick. It is touched by the Falcons, not the Bulldogs. Downed at about the 48-yard line. We'll wait for the official call. I think that's where it's going to be. So JP, great field position now for Hewlett.
If you're Hewlett, you got to score quickly. The clock is not your friend in this game. It's been hard to get into the end zone. They got to score quickly. About 7:40 left.
We'll see what's in store here for the Hewlett Bulldogs. Remember, they have shown us in this game today, folks, that they can score quickly. We've seen some big plays from a lot of different receivers, from the quarterback Winkler, from the running back Zenny, and they're going to have to do it yet again. From the 48, 1st and 10, 7:40 to go in this game. Shotgun. Zenny, near side. Zenny has running room, and he's driven out of bounds. Nice blocking downfield that time by Stephen Hoffman, another junior, 6', 160, and that allowed Zenny to get a couple of extra yards.
And that's big. Having a block like that helps. I mean, it's a huge deal for Hewlett. It's going to be just getting consistency, and that's what they're needing right now.
Ball is on the ground, recovered by the Falcons. Oh, what an unfortunate turn of events for Hewlett. The Falcons come up with the football.
And that's the big thing about turnovers. And that's a crucial one. That is a crucial one. If you're South, you can almost run out this clock.
Take a look again. It was an RPO. Winkler never really had it in the breadbasket. Give credit to the Falcons who put some pressure on. The ball comes on the turf, JP. It's the second turnover of the game for Hewlett, I should say, and second recovery for Valley Stream. And that's really the difference in this game today.
And Tyler Van Enden there made a huge play.
Give him a lot of credit for Valley Stream. It was a turnover. And you know what's interesting is Valley Stream got both of their turnovers off punts. The first time in the first half on an actual punt, they force a turnover. And here after the punt on the second play, they get another turnover. We'll see what Hewlett's defense could do. That time they come to play. The big man, Nathaniel Radillo, the senior, with a tackle for loss. It'll bring up 2nd and long.
And that's big. They need to keep making the plays like that. They need to keep making plays like that.
There's Radillo, number 64, coming up.
That was just keeping your head up there.
Yep.
That was just keeping his head up and looking and finding the guy right there, and he just went and got him.
If there's a way Hewlett can get penetration in the backfield and meet the quarterback, I think they could wrestle him to the ground and cause those.
But right now, you got to force a turnover if you're Hewlett. The way this game's going, I'm going to keep stressing it. You got to get a turnover to go your way.
Time is definitely running out here. 2nd down and 14 around the left side. Stays in bounds. The clock will continue to run. We're approaching 6:23 left in the game. And again, Hewlett is down by 10, 24-14. Loser of this game, JP, I think you can say probably eliminated from
Yeah,
the postseason.
most likely that this is going to be the loser's going to be eliminated.
That's how big this game is to stay alive in Conference 3.
And put it this way, the path to the playoffs is not really a clear one. There's
Right.
a chance, but a loss definitely probably puts it to rest.
Both of these teams on the outside looking in. We'd like to remind everybody only 4 make the postseason this year. It's an abbreviated season. Top 4 get in. Usually it's 8 teams. This year it's 4. 3rd and long, up the middle.
And I think he might have it.
It's going to be close. Wrestled down Eli Minash, number 22. You know Valley Stream South is going to go for it, so we're going to have a big play here. 4th and 2 from the 45-yard line. If Valley Stream South converts, JP, this one is pretty much a done deal. If Hewlett stops them, they're still alive.
This is the ball game right here. But
This is the ball game.
So, folks, get your popcorn, get your soda, and get comfortable. We got ourselves a big play right here.
4th and 2. This is it, folks. With the clock at 5 minutes and the way Valley Stream South runs the football, this could be it.
And
This is going to be close.
I think they're going to give it to him.
Hewlett says no. The officials are going to measure.
They're giving it to
No,
Hewlett.
one of the officials is signaling turnover on downs. The Hewlett Bulldog defense stops them.
And what's interesting is here. I mean, I want to see the replay for a second
We're
here.
going to take a look at it right now. There's the stick. I think he got it. Hewlett might have got away with one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It looked from our angle that
First down.
Yasir Shabazallah crossed the sticks for the first. But, hey, we're just the announcers. The officials officiate. That's why they're on the field. Maybe they got a better view than we did. In any event, Hewlett will take it. 4:47 to go on the 44-yard line, down by 2 scores. Zenny, we liked this play a moment ago. Waiting for blocks, has running room, stutters. Out to the 41. Nice run by John Zenny.
That's huge. I mean, he need to keep getting runs like that, because here's the problem. The clock is moving quick. You're about to hit the 4:30 mark here. You got to keep moving. You got to get 2 scores here. So you need a quick one here, and then probably kick the onside and hope you get it.
Again, look at the downfield blocking by the Hewlett wide receivers. What a job they have done. It's something that Coach Palladino
huge.
said. He's got receivers that love to block on this team, and it shows. Freeing up Zenny. Here comes a jet sweep for a big gain. Daniel Faber, number 2, gets out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 4:27 to go.
That's huge. Just get out of bounds there is huge. You need to stop the clock here. You need to avoid taking timeouts. That is crucial what they're doing right here. But there is one problem if you're Hewlett. You got to keep moving forward. You can't just go for the out of bounds. You got to try to get the yard too.
Well, you're going to think onside kick at some point will factor into this game. You cannot give Valley Stream South the ball back the rest
agreed.
of this one. Shotgun formation, man in motion. Winkler keeps it himself. He's wrapped up and he's going to go down. A tackle for loss, a sack, if you will.
Tyler Van Eden.
A play that Hewlett could ill afford right now, but it happens as the clock continues to move, JP. Now we've got 3rd and long.
And
Here's another look.
does Hewlett have any timeouts? Let's make sure here where they don't.
Winkler steps up
That's
down
huge.
the field, intercepted!
And
The 3rd turnover today for Hewlett. Big play by Valley Stream. Nicholas Parisi with the interception. And JP, that might be it here for Hewlett.
yeah, that might be all, folks. I mean, that's tough. That's gonna be very tough. Once again, you were able to stop him, but then the interception there is that's tough.
Take another look at this one. As you see, Winkler's going to step up. He's found somebody, but it was overthrown. Intended receiver Daniel Faber. It was a good idea. It was a good read. The pass just sailed high right into the arms of 81. And so Valley Stream South, with their 3rd turnover today, they've played a great game so far in this one. And they look like they're going to get out of here, JP. Not easy to do at Hewlett, but they're going to get out of here with a W.
And it's a hard-earned win. Hewlett's a tough team. This is a hard-earned win.
Indeed it is. 4 minutes to play here.
And I love the angle you have on the line there. That's a great angle.
On first down, who else but Yasir Shabazz Allah keeps it himself. Clock continues to run down here. You see it on your screen, 3:45 to go in the game. Want to remind you that right after this one is over, we've got another game for you in Conference 3.
It's only 8 minutes away, so you might be able to do double feature.
As soon as this is over, you're going to go up to Glen Cove right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network as the Glen Cove Big Red host the Roosevelt Rough Riders. That's another Conference 3 matchup. And we're going to tell you about a third Conference 3 matchup that we have tomorrow. And that's a big one.
That one I'm looking forward to. It's a tough rivalry, that one.
A lot of people are looking forward to that one tomorrow if you're a little bit east of here in Nassau County. The Falcons letting the clock run down smartly. Now they get the snap off. Up the middle they go. And no gain on the play.
And to speak about that rivalry for a minute, it's a tough one.
Hewlett takes a timeout. Of course, we're talking about Plain Edge and Bethpage. That's one of our games tomorrow on the Varsity Media Sports Network. So we'll tell you a little bit about that. It'll be our third Conference 3 game of the weekend as we have another doubleheader tomorrow at the same time, though. So you have to decide where you're going to go.
For me, it's easy because I took part in this rivalry. I was on the Bethpage side.
Yep.
I got to say we didn't lose to Plain Edge. We took 2 tough wins against them. We actually beat them 4 times, very tough. And it's a tough, 2 well-coached teams. They are extremely tough teams. These kids grow up against one another. They're cousins. Sometimes this is cousins going against one another. Family, friends. These kids play sports growing up together, and it's a great rivalry.
That's a big-time rivalry. Plain Edge, Bethpage, at Bethpage, 2 o'clock tomorrow. And in Conference 1, we have to talk about the Oceanside Sailors with Rob Blount. Things are cruising for them this season, but they go up to Port Washington tomorrow.
That's
Senior Day.
a tough trip. That's a tough trip.
South Shore to North Shore tomorrow in Conference 1.
They're going up the. I don't think you can take the Meadowbrook, but
they're
it's
going.
A pretty tough trip.
They're on the road. The bus is ready to go tomorrow. So 2 games tomorrow here on the Varsity Media Sports Network: a Conference 1 and a Conference 3 battle, and of course tonight, Glen Cove Roosevelt coming up right after this. We've got you covered all over Nassau County here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, and we always appreciate all of our fans, high school communities that have tuned in to the broadcast. So here we go, 3rd and 6 after the timeout, 2:50 to go. And dancing around the left side, gets the first down and keeps it moving. And give him credit, he doesn't go out of bounds there, has the wherewithal to stay in bounds. And clock will stop momentarily, but after they set, it'll continue to run.
That's a huge play.
We have an injury on the field. Let's take a look at this. It looks like, could it be Shabazz Allah?
It looks like it's 7. It looks like it's.
Oh, man, this would just be terrible. I mean, your best player late in the game. It's not something, JP, that you want to see if you're Valley Stream South.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. After the game he's played today, hats off to him. He's played a very good game today.
I think this is safe to say, but I'm going to ask you anyways. You know Conference 3 like and Nassau
I was
County.
In this league,
but let me ask you this. Let me ask you that. Forget Conference 3. I'm going to ask you flat out. Is Shabazz Allah one of the best Nassau County players this year?
Yes. I think he's in that top 11. I think there should be conversations about awards this year with him. I'm not going to say he should definitely be All County. I'm not going to say he goes up to the floor, but I'm going to say he belongs in the All County, maybe even All Long Island conversation of today. This is a heck of a performance.
I think he's an All County player. I mean,
I'm going to go that far,
yeah.
But I think he should definitely be in that conversation for All Long Island at some level.
If you're the Hewlett Bulldogs, you liked a lot what you saw here today. There's a lot of juniors on this team.
Future looks bright. I mean, look, this is a game you're going to use to learn in the fall. You're going to use this game to build off it. This is a great game to use as a teaching lesson for Coach Palladino. And they have a great staff there. So they're going to use this as more of a lesson for the fall for these younger players to be able to learn what the mistakes they made and improve off them.
You know, one of the things in talking with the coaching staff and learning about Hewlett this week, they had no off-season program. And you don't want to make any excuses, but in this school district, weight room was closed, okay? watching video it didn't happen. They were Google Meeting and not watching video. The coaches had to give notes to the kids. My point, JP, is they didn't have some of the other districts. You were able to do 7-on-7. You were able to lift weights somehow, some way, but not Hewlett. Hewlett wasn't able to do that, and yet they've been competitive this year.
Credit to the coaching. That's one thing I'll say. Coach Palladino, Coach Yeager, they all need like a lot of respect here. The whole coaching staff needs a lot of respect here. Coach LaBarbera, all of them need respect. If I'm not mentioning anybody, I'm sorry, but these guys they deserve a lot of respect.
Yeah, let's name them. Palladino head coach, Kyle Ambery is the assistant, Joe LaBarbera, Dave Pesatelli, Dave Yeager. Of course, we want to thank again the athletic director, David Villegas, for having us here and doing a great job today.
Let's just thank also all the administrators this year for letting these kids play, especially here at Hewlett for letting us do this. And I thank you, Ben, for letting me come out of retirement.
It's our pleasure to have you on board here. And
I'm working college now. I got a lot of interest at the college level, but I thank you for bringing me back for one night here.
Well, the Conference 3 fans around Nassau County, they're excited to hear you on the broadcast today. I can tell you that much. And last time we had you on was out in West Hempstead, or Carr Place against West Hempstead.
That was a great game, too. That was a fun game.
In 2019. So it's been a while since we've had you on our broadcast.
And a lot of my Bet Page people were asking me to do tomorrow. It's funny. They text me they want you doing tomorrow.
They took Shabazz Allah out of the game after he was nicked up. Smart to do that. There's no reason for him to be in the game the rest of the way as the clock will run down. It looks like we'll get another timeout here. Hewlett will stop the clock. Just a great community here at Hewlett High School. It was senior day. If you look on the railings, they've done a nice job with all of the kids getting their old banners. We've had parents come out onto the field today. So, they're not going to get the win today, JP, but nonetheless, a great environment. We love coming here to Hewlett High School. Always treated very nicely. We'll get a look here in a second at some of the festivities. Here you go on your screen. This is what happened earlier in the game, earlier before the game started, I should say, here at Hewlett High School. So there you see Mom and Dad with the kids, and it's always great to see that.
And this is what it's all about. This year, after everything that's going on, to have the ability to have this. It's just awesome to see. It really is.
You're right. It means a lot to the parents. And think about what they've been through this year. Only 2 allowed per athlete. So maybe mom or dad gave up their ticket in a game or 2 to grandma or grandpa or something, or brother or sister. My point is there's been sacrifices that have had to be made for everybody when it comes to high school sports, not only here in Nassau County, but across Long Island, across the state of New York. But I think everybody is handling it as best they possibly can.
And like I said, thank to all the administrators, the coaches, for making this possible.
Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself.
And also, like I said, I thank you guys again. I really enjoyed doing this again, coming out of retirement. And for one night only. But
penalty here on Valley Stream South. It'll back them up a little bit here as we get 2nd and 15 from the 34-yard line. So Valley Stream South is going to emerge victorious from this one. Hewlett will drop to 2-3, and they'll have a chance to finish 500, but it's going to be a tough one at Valley Stream North next week.
That's a tough game.
That is a tough game, and Valley Stream North has played all their opponents tough today. He's back in the game. How about that? A lot back in the game, making defenders miss with some cutback jukes. And this one makes me scratch my head, JP. You're going to win the game. We talked about how good this player.
Give the kid credit for wanting to be out there, though.
Yeah, but at some point the coaching staff has to say, the game is in hand. We need you next week. We may have a shot at the playoffs. I know it's an outside shot, okay? But still, do you really want to risk injuring this kid?
But you know what? I give him credit for wanting to be out there, though. You got to give the kid credit for wanting to be out there, want to be out with his teammates. But
come near side. It's easier for you to shoot near side.
Final,
it's an interesting situation at this point in the game, though.
Final timeout here for Hewlett. They cannot stop the clock at 3rd and 15. So this will be it for the Bulldogs. And, we'll talk about Conference 3 here for a second. Since this is a Conference 3 game, we talked about the big game tomorrow. Bethpage playing at Manhasset.
It's good to see them back in 3. It's good to see.
They're in 3. I was about to say they're in 3 for the first time in a couple of years.
When I was a freshman was the last time they were in 3.
So what year are we talking about?
We're talking about 2014, and they was a lot different than they were now. Manhasset was not the power. They didn't have a lot of lacrosse kids playing then.
Right.
They got the
How
lacrosse
about
kids playing.
J.I. Aquinta? And J.I. Aquinta,
My good friend J.I. Aquinta.
formerly the Hewlett Bulldog coach, goes up to Manhasset, and look at the job that he is on. 4-0 this year. They might finish the season at 6-0. And then Bethpage and Plainage, even though it's 2 versus 4 tomorrow, don't let that fool you, folks. That's a big game.
And Jay's done an awesome job up there. He's revitalized a program that a lot of people thought was once a dead program. A lot of people said Manhasset was like, what are you doing going to Manhasset?
Yeah.
But Jay turned it around, and it's good to see that. I'm very happy for him in this third act of his coaching career. He's been able to do that
J.I.
in another place.
One of the best coaches that Nassau County has seen. He's just he eats, sleeps, breathes football at this level, and it's great to see him and Manhasset where they're at, and we probably will see them on a Varsity Media broadcast coming up real soon when we get to postseason play. So looks like we're under a minute here. Valley Stream South is going to take a couple of victory formation kneel downs and going to get out of here with a victory and a nice game played there by the Falcons today.
And hats off to number 7.
Yep.
This kid, I'm going to say he deserves to be in some conversation.
Yep.
He's got to be at least in the conversation.
Well, I think people that watch this broadcast today, they're going to see what, they're going to know.
That is very impressive what he's done today. At the high school level, it's very hard to carry a team. He's literally been Superman.
That'll do it here as the Falcons get a victory. Our final score from Hewlett, 24-14. There's a shot of the man, and he gets the handshakes. Well-deserved today. He played his heart out. Way over 100 yards rushing the football today. He's going to get an ice bath, JP, tonight.
Yeah, he's going to get an ice bath and probably some good night's sleep, too.
Good night's sleep. No practice for him. There's a shot of the Bulldogs as they'll wave to the opponents. A nice feature that they've done here in Nassau County. No handshakes because of COVID, so both teams come out and they recognize one another. It was a hard-fought game. Hewlett, unfortunately, comes up the losers 24-14. JP, overall, what do you take from this performance today?
Just wow. Like from Valley Stream South. This is very impressive. And for Hewlett, future's bright. The future looks really bright. I think they're going to be a team to watch out for in the fall.
Absolutely. So for my counterpart, JP, and our entire staff here today at the Varsity Media Sports Network, Harris up top, Chris giving you the sideline shots, and our director, Brian. It's been a pleasure to have you. Don't forget, tune in right now. Roosevelt and Glen Cove going on right now here on the very same Varsity Media Sports Network. And tomorrow, one final reminder, tomorrow, a big doubleheader around Nassau County. Oceanside at Port Washington and Plain Edge visiting Bethpage. Both of those games here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Both of those games at 2 o'clock. Our final score here from Hewlett High School once again, Valley Stream South 24, Hewlett 14. We'll catch you next time on the Varsity Media Sports Network.